guys, I'm going to be making the #1 sign for a table treat decor. So the first thing I'm doing is measuring out my board to 18 inches, and remember to always measure twice and cut once. And by doing this, I am ensuring that the numbers are the correct size. Now that I have my board cut, I am going to cut out the number or either trace the number. I basically freehand this. I'm sure you could use like a Cricut or a Silhouette to do this, but I just freehand it. So let me get myself back in focus. And once I did that, I took my chalk marker and I outlined it so that I could see it properly. So when I get ready to cut it, I'll be able to see it good. So next, you're going to see me take my X-Acto knife and attempt to cut it out. This was a little challenging, which is also another reason why I would suggest using a Cricut or a Silhouette, but I made it happen. I managed and I got them all cut out. So basically you see me here just cutting it out and getting it as even as possible. Yep, it was challenging, y'all, but I made it happen. And now you see me have 2 of them. And now I'm going to take some sandpaper to smooth out my edges. I basically just used a sandpaper that I had for my sander because I didn't have a block or any sandpaper on hand. But if you have that, then feel free to use that. It will work just as well. So you see me smoothing it out, getting it together. Yep, and now that's what it should look like when you get to that point. Next, I am showing you how I make the base. I'm basically making some half circles. I am taking a vase that I had to use to cut the bases, and I am using an X-Acto knife and a sander to make them smooth. I'm going to try to be consistent. My goal is to put up videos once a week on Sundays. Right now, I am in the process of learning how to make my videos shorter. So hopefully, I will be successful with this video, being that it's only a couple of steps. Oh, I was saying that I could have probably cut this with my Cricut. I don't know, because I have a Explorer Air 2. And I didn't want to dull out my blade by cutting this foam. It probably would have cut it, but I've used my Cricut a lot, cutting paper all year long, basically for my wedding that I had this past November. And I really didn't want to use this when I could just freehand it and dull out my blade, because blades are not cheap. And I don't think I did such a bad job considering. I'll also insert a picture of the inspiration. They were $9 a piece in the video. I'm sorry, in the picture that my girlfriend sent to me. I've made these for $2. I had the foam board. The foam board was right at $2. I used an X-Acto knife. Paint I've already had. Like I said, the foam board was $2. A lot of the supplies, basically the paint, the foam board, the paint, the X-Acto knife, all of that stuff I already had. So yeah, I am excited to share this with you. So just stay tuned. And so while I'm doing this, I actually end up putting on several coats when I painted this. I tried to do thin coats and then build your way up. I ended up using, I think on the other one that I'm experimenting, that I did the first time, with the other one, I'm making 2 of them. I think I ended up putting on like a total of 3 coats. The last one being thicker than all the rest, because again, the foam board is black. And white would have probably been ideal, and it wouldn't have taken as many coats, because she kind of wanted that bubblegum pink. And it wouldn't have taken as many coats, but had to work with what we had. It was late when she told me the dollar store was already closed. Today is Friday. She needs it by Saturday, and I needed to start that day of, because she told me, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I needed to have it completed by Saturday. So, we worked with what we had. And yeah, so that's where we are with this. And I felt like it was simple enough for me to be able to do. So we just kind of winging it. But, what art project isn't that. You just kind of wing it and do what you can do. Be inspired, have fun. That's the most important part, is to have fun when you're doing this. I see me in my bonnet, which is how I live the majority of the time. I'm sure at some point, or several points, I give y'all some glam. I'm into
experimenting with makeup a lot now. I've always been interested in makeup. I've always pretty much played in it. I learned like a lot of my friends and my peers off YouTube, watching several videos, and I feel like I've gotten better with the makeup and stuff. I've recently started purchasing a little bit more high end makeup, not just dollar store. I'm sorry, not just drugstore makeup. I've purchased some Bobbi Brown, which shout out to Naturally Sunny for putting me on the vitamin D enrichment. It is amazing for your skin. It's very moisturizing. I love it. She's my makeup goals right now. I have been really enjoying her, and it's another girl. I can't remember her name right now, but I'll insert her name on the screen um, when I edit the video. But she's been good. Leah Levine, I've watched her, even though she doesn't seem to like. She doesn't think that she does really good with the makeup, but she's bomb to me. She does really good. She was the person that I used before I found Naturally Sunny. She helped me match up my not my foundation, my concealer, the Pro Girl concealer that I am learning because I've pretty much learning how to contour my face. And so I used her as a guide to help me, have a place to start when I went and matched my program. I mean my concealer, and I think I could go a little lighter. I don't know. I'm sure you guys will tell me or somebody. But I think I could go a little lighter as far as the concealer goes because I want to be really highlighted, not dead in the casket highlighted, but like I like the natural beat. I like and I love to glow. So I've been really trying to get better with that, and I think I've done a fairly good job with matching my colors up. And I went to Mac over the weekend and I bought a brush and some new. Actually, I bought some new concealer. I mean, what is it called? Concealer. I bought some new. I think it's NC45 is what I bought. I know she said NC45 was my foundation match, but I am still on drugstore foundation right now. The Fit Me Naturally or Fit Me Maybelline. Until I use that up, that is where I am because, again, you're still learning how to do this. So I'm not going to spend that much money on, well, I'm not going to spend money on it. I'm going to do high end, but only when I run out my drugstore. That is when I choose to buy a little bit more high end. I am dying to try the NARS foundation and also the NARS and YSL Saint Laurent, Yves Saint Laurent. I think I don't know how to pronounce it, but something like that. um, Having a glass of wine too. My family went to a basketball game tonight, which I'm happy about it. Give me some time to record and be with myself. My son had a basketball game tonight out of town, and yeah, basketball. No sports are really my thing. I just go to support the kids. They love it. Me, not so much because I still don't get it. I've been watching them play sports for a long time. I still don't get it. You would think by this time I get it, but I don't. But it's all good. It's all good. So I guess I could take this time out to tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Tanya. Um, I'm from Georgia. I have lived in Georgia pretty much all my life. I am married. I've only been married for 2 months, but we've been in a relationship. We've been together for like 100 years. So, but I've only been married for 2 months. It was the best day of my life, and I'm happy. that, that we're together. We have 4 children. We have a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 7-year-old. So yeah, I don't have any biological kids of my own, but I love those like they're my own. You don't have to birth the kid to be their mom. So, I feel like I am a very good representation of that. We have a good family dynamic. Our mother of our child, she's inspirational in their lives. They love her. And we just kind of make it work. We try to make this co-parenting thing work. Which is, kind of difficult in today's society because, a lot of people don't want to see black families co-parent and be successful. Not even just black families, just families in general. A lot of people don't want to see co-parenting work, and it is a hard task. Please don't let anybody tell y'all any different. Co-parenting is very hard, but I digress. What else? I'm 40 years old. Praise God for Jesus for that. I am in the medical field, which I've been in the medical field for 20 years almost, or a little longer, 21, 22, somewhere around there, 20 plus years. I'm content in what I do. I don't love what I do right now. It is basically to bring a check home to so that I'm not broke and to help take care of my children and my household. This is what I love. I love being creative. One thing about me though, I love to try to recreate a lot of the things that I see, and I like to see if I could put my own spin to it and see what I can come up with. A lot of times I'm successful, sometimes I'm not, but I guess that's all a part of the game. I mean, I live in a small town. It's not too far from Atlanta, but it's a very small town. We have time to be a wife and a dedicated mother to my children. Anybody that is fairly new to marriage or fairly new to cohabitating will let you know that it is a task to try to juggle it off. I'm a new wife, so I'm trying to learn how to juggle everything and be successful in it. So it's for, let's see, makeup is what I love. I want to start eating better, and I have a few ideas of videos in store. I am in the process right now of creating a dream board, vision board, whatever you want to call it. Mine is going to be not at the beginning of the year, but it's still going to be my 2019 dream board. So stay tuned for that video where I'm creating it. And I have to give a shout out to LaShawn Hurd. She's a local, well, not local, but she's another girl that I know that is fairly new to YouTube. And I was inspired by a vision board that she did for another young lady that we both know. She blinged it out. And so I am in the process of creating something similar. So yeah, so stay tuned for that video. That will definitely be coming up hopefully in the next 2 weeks, because that is one of my ideas. So yeah, that is where we are as far as with that. I guess I could tell you what inspired me to want to do YouTube. I've been on YouTube since I went natural. That is when the YouTube situation took over my life. When I cut my hair off and I did the whole big chop. I'll insert some pictures of that too. Back in 2009. And so I've been natural with 2009, almost 10 years, 9 years. It was in October of 2009. And at that time, the hair industry for brown girls with natural curly hair was not popping. I mean, you had to, in order for you to know anything, you had to get pretty much your inspiration from YouTube, because could nobody tell you, because everybody was wearing perms. And I say some of these horror stories for my story times when I get ready to start doing those. But I've had some horror stories with this hair, but I grew to love it. It says of listening, I purchased auto book of Michelle Obama book, Becoming. I'm sure I'm almost at the end. But it's been so good, so inspiring. I also purchased auto book Charlemagne the God's book, the Shook one. I auto bought, well, I got it for free because I did a trial for audio books couple years here back, and I listened to Charlemagne's the God first book that I really enjoyed. So this time I went on ahead and purchased the Shook one, and I thoroughly enjoyed that one as well. Anybody that you know suffer from any type of mental illness or anxiety, I think it is very instrumental. I think I have a slight issue with anxiety to a degree. Nothing clinically diagnosed, but definitely experience some type of anxiety from time to time. I think it's manageable. Obviously, I feel like it's very manageable. But I think that book is very good for somebody that you may think that is suffering from it, and they can benefit from listening to it and take in a lot of the techniques that he suggests for them to cope with a lot of the like depression and anxiety and just all kind of the stereotypical mental illnesses. And it was talking about how like in the black community, how it's a stigma, and you would think after all of this time that it wouldn't still be such a stigma in the black community, because I mean we all could use some help with dealing with things. I mean, we don't have all the answers, and if you got somebody that is non-judgmental, can listen to you, talk your problems through, give you some keys on how to deal with some of your issues, I don't know why in the year 2019 that you wouldn't want to, do that. And, it does give you a lot of tips to learn. I pride myself in trying to look at things from a different perspective. Some things I'm better at looking at from a different perspective than others. But, I will definitely say she gives me a point of view on a lot of things where I'm not able to see it from a different perspective, and she's able to get me there. So I'm thankful for that. Plus, personally, I just think it's kind of ignorant of a person not to try to see things from a different perspective, because you know what? Newsflash, you're not right about everything. So, when you can take a step back and try to look at it from another person's perspective, I think that's good for you. And I think it makes you a well-rounded person. So, definitely should strive to be well-rounded in these, people should anyway, especially when you are, Philip, shut your door, especially when you are in your 40s, 30s, hell, overall you should just strive to be a well-rounded person. And the earlier you can learn that, the better off you are. And everything that you love, though, I read this meme on Facebook. Everything that I like to do, there has consequences. Drinking gets you drunk. Sex gets you pregnant. Food makes you fat. These are other things that I love. I'm just saying. Whew. Can I not have something in life that I love that don't have like a bad consequence? Not the kids are a bad consequence, but I went through a period where I did want a kid right before I got married. Right after I got married, or somewhere random in there, a couple of months ago. For about 2 months strong, I really wanted to have a baby. And, I haven't been one that wanted a kid. I went through wanting a kid when I was 25, and then it went away. And I kind of haven't, if I have to be completely honest with myself, I don't necessarily want to have a kid. But I'm jealous of my friends that have gotten pregnant like later in life and that wanted kids though. And simply because I think I've never had a kid or I've never been pregnant is the reason why I was jealous. And then there's one good friend of mine, which I'm so embarrassed about it. But when she got pregnant, I was such a terrible friend to her. And I wanted to be supportive, but really in all, I was jealous. And why I was jealous was simply because I had never been pregnant. And I don't know if I can or not. I've been in situations where I have always prevented. I'm not preventing now. So if God see fit, then God see fit. But that's basically where I am with it right now. If God see fit to give me a kid, then you know what? We'll take care of a kid. We got 4 of them. A 5th one ain't gonna really change the game. But do I necessarily want a kid right now? No, because I'm selfish. Let's just be clear. Let me take these glasses off, please. I know wholeheartedly that I'm a selfish person, and having a kid would just ruin that. Like real talk. Who wants to get up in the middle of the night and talk about who wants to do that? Ain't nobody got time for that. And then me and my husband like to go. We like to get up and go, pick up and leave. And like I said, our 7-year-old lives with her mom. And even when she is here, we don't necessarily got to take her with us everywhere that we want to go, because you know what? She can stay here with her brother that's here normally playing Fortnite. That's all he wants to do these days. But all our kids are very independent right now. So having a kid to start all the way back over is not something that we're.
Okay. They're drying. I got one more side to do. This one is all done on both sides, and this one needs to be done on one side. Needs to be done. The one side is done. The other side needs to be done. These are the bases. I forgot to tell you I cut slits in them, and here they are on the table. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.